full-time streamer, I get a lot of questions asked when I'm live. So I thought I'd do a little video here for you guys and just run through my most asked questions that I get. The most asked question, and this is the most frequently asked, is how did I get into streaming? It's a bit of a long story. I kind of fell into it. So basically lockdown happened and I was just an intern working in marketing for like a skincare brand. So I lost that job. Obviously they were like, we don't need you anymore. And I was like, I get it, I get it. So I then had to move back in with my parents. At the same time as that was all happening, I then broke up with my then boyfriend. Well, he broke up with me, over text. And then I was like, you know what would make my day better? How about I go play with my gorgeous hamster named Sushi? She was so cute. Sushi died that same day. I laugh about it now because it was honestly so horrific. So I go back to my family house at, how old was I? 23, just finished university, thought I was finally making my way in London, and everything just came crashing down at one point. So I had really nothing to do. Like, I was just so lost and depressed and all those fun things, hey? So I started playing Puzzle Pirates again because that's my game of choice as a kid, and the community on there was so much fun. I felt like I was like hanging out with friends. So I went and did that, and it was actually that community who brought up, why don't I stream on Twitch? I had no idea what Twitch was. I had no idea what streaming was. I literally never watched a Twitch stream before. So I just loaded up OBS, which they actually helped me do because I had no idea how to do anything. Loaded up OBS. I used my inbuilt camera from my little Mac laptop, the inbuilt mic and everything, and just started clicking live, and it was so much fun. And honestly, the first stream, I was hooked. I didn't know that you could actually be a full-time streamer when I started streaming. I didn't even know you could make money from it. I don't think I even got my first sub for like the whole year. I was just enjoying it and honestly having so much fun. And the fact that I have been able to turn that hobby, that little like accident, into a job is crazy. And I'm so thankful for it, honestly, every day. Why do you wear 2 watches? I don't. I promise they're not 2 watches. This is a lovely watch. I actually have matching with my mum. I wear this every day and I love her. This is a fitness band named a Whoop. Honestly, I don't do enough fitness to justify wearing it every day, but it makes me feel like I am doing fitness if I'm wearing it. It just basically logs like my sleep, my stress, everything like that. So I promise they're not 2 watches. Third question I get is, what camera do I use? I use the Sony a6000 with a Sigma 16mm lens. It's great, and then I have an Elgato 4K capture card to go into my computer. It all runs really smoothly, but I did need help setting it up to make it look crisp. I think I used it for a whole year and it was blurry and I didn't know how. So my good friend Charlie helped me out with that one. But what I always say is, if you're starting out on Twitch, do not buy good equipment. I know that sounds really weird because when you want to start, you want to make your stream look really crisp and lovely, but I think you need to start and experiment. If you like Twitch, you don't want to drop like £600 on a camera, stream a couple times, realize it's actually not for you, and then you just have this camera now. For me, I started with my Mac camera. Then after a year, I bought the Razer Kaio. At that time, I think it was £99, but it's definitely got a lot cheaper. It has an inbuilt ring light and it just worked really easy. Just like USB, plug it into your computer. You don't need a capture card or anything like that. So I would suggest having a go with those before getting like a full-on camera. But yeah, no, I do love my camera, I have to say. Next question I got is, what is my favorite game? I mean, this is a hard one because I've played so many, but the game that will always have my heart and soul, I have to say, is World of Warcraft. I just love it. I think it's because it's the one game I played as a kid and have carried on playing throughout my whole adult life. I mean, I love, shout out like Puzzle Pirates, Old School RuneScape, Club Penguin. I used to love playing those, but they haven't really kept my entertainment for all these years, where World of Warcraft just have. And I love it. But the new games I started playing, like actually only recently, like last year, Fortnite, absolutely love it. I'm addicted to it. But I think I could spend all day on World of Warcraft and still want more. So it's got to be WoW. The next question I got is, when you first started, how did you balance streaming, work life, and social life? I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It's so hard. I used to luckily work from home, and I sneakily, don't tell them. If you're guys, if anyone of my old workers watching this, turn off now. So I used to kind of do both at the same time. So I was fortunate enough where my job wasn't the most intense. I was managed to get most of it out the way sort of by 4 p.m. I wasn't meant to finish till 6:30, but I sometimes streamed at the same time. But when I had to go back to the office, it did get a lot harder. I was finding myself saying no to seeing my friends sometimes just so I can get a stream in, or I would try and get them on the stream if they were like willing to, I don't know, be on camera. But it takes a toll for sure to try and balance it all out. I think the main thing is don't run yourself down before you've even started. If you feel like you need to take the time off, don't pressure yourself to stream just because that's what your schedule says. Your body can tell you more, you know. If your body says stop, you should slow down. Like, I know so many amazing streamers who unfortunately quit early because they just wore themselves out and they were doing so great. But you can't do that forever. You can't be at 100 miles per hour for like your whole life. So take the time off that you need and just do it when you can and enjoy it. That's the main thing. As long as you're enjoying it, you'll want to carry on. You'll find time for it. The next question we got is, do I have any pets? I have a gorgeous little British short hair named Luffy. I love him. He's my world and he's the smudgiest smudge of all time. I love that cat. I want more. I want more of them. I used to have a lot more. Honestly, I've had, I feel like every single pet. I used to have hedgehogs, hamsters, guinea pigs, rabbits, dogs, horses. I'm a big animal lover and I can't wait to be able to have more. Maybe move out of London sometime, and I would love a horse again. Maybe some horse streams coming. Next question I got is, what did I used to do for work? So I've had so many weird jobs. I've had so many. My last 2 jobs that I quit to be a streamer, they were both in marketing, and I used to sort of manage the social medias, the day-to-day. And it was just, it just got to me. I just couldn't care that much about Instagram. I know I should right now. I am a content creator, but it was planning things out and then having to go through management and everyone to okay it. And then because it's social media, everyone thinks they kind of know like how to do it. It got me down. It got me down a little bit. But I also used to work in a bar. I worked in a jewelry store where I would hand make jewelry. I also used to train horses. I love riding. And at one point in my life, I was training to be in the Olympics for show jumping. But then I turned out to be a party girl and I couldn't go to parties and ride horses at the same time. I couldn't wake up that early. So yeah, I think streaming really has been for me like so fortunate for me to find, because I just couldn't find what I enjoyed other than streaming, to be honest.